What is going on, everyone? It is your host with the most. It is Philly Jim coming at you with another video today. Today I have a big announcement to make. This is all about my future plans for my. This is a little bit of a personal video, even though there's been a couple of updates that I missed. Rodney McLeod restructured and all of that. So, but I have a big announcement to make. And that announcement is, as you guys can see, I am wearing a Temple shirt. And in my hand, I have my acceptance package from Temple University. Man, this is a big time accomplishment for me. Number one, because no one from my family has ever went to college on my mom's side or my dad's side. Not that I really associate with my family. I have quite a story to tell, and the story is still being written for me. Let me just say something about the Eagles and how I can relate it to myself. Nick Foles. Nick Foles, he went through a lot, and he became a Super Bowl MVP. He traveled around the league. No one wanted him. He almost retired. And he overcame everything. And that is something that I have had to do my whole life. When I was born, my mom almost had an abortion on me. She really didn't want me. She had a problem with my dad. My dad had a lot of problems of his own, but she really just didn't want to have any part of being my mom. So she gave up on me. Didn't abort me, thankfully, because if she did, I wouldn't be here. Also, she put me up for an adoption. It didn't really work out because my dad, he fought that. I guess people say, well, your dad wanted you. Well, wait till I tell you about him. My dad, he had a little bit of his own problems, and he was not really there mentally. Okay, he really couldn't handle just normal everyday life situations. If there was a problem, let's say something silly like we never had our own place. We bounced around a lot, and I was moving to a different city, different neighborhood, different school every year. Lived everywhere from trailer parks. I lived in apartments. I lived in little duplexes. We rented rooms. We had roommates, in a big house. And the thing is, with my dad, he is very confrontational. He has a lot of problems. He suffers from several mental disorders. He did have a little bit of a drinking problem as well. So that caused us to always have to be on the move. And for me as a kid, it was hard because I was going to these schools. I was going to elementary school. And while I was in elementary school, I couldn't really make any friends. So it was very tough for me. And I went through all kinds of stuff when I lived with my dad. Like, there was times I didn't know if I was going to eat, if I could eat, what was I going to eat? And most of the time, the answer to that was probably a frozen TV dinner, some Easy macaroni and cheese, or some ramen noodles. And that's all I had. There were times the power was off. There was times there was no lights in the house. There were times there was no water. I could not take a shower. There were times I could not wash my clothes. Okay? There were so many times that it was so brutal, and I didn't realize it because I was a kid. And when you're a kid, you don't really pay attention to these things. Okay? So it's tough, man. It was very tough. Not only that, I just never had someone in my life who believed in me. My dad didn't really believe in me because he's not really mentally there. My mom didn't want me. The one person who did believe in me was my grandmother, and my grandmother passed away when I was 14 years old, when I was getting ready to start high school. So fast forward to when I was like 11 years old, my dad, like I said, he has a lot of problems. He ended up having to go to a mental institution for this. And so the Department of Social Services, they came in and they made me move to live with my aunts. Well, my aunt had a lot of problems as well. She had extreme anger problems. Hit me in the face. She told me I was worthless. She told me I was nobody. She said, "You're nobody. You'll be like everyone else in this family. You'll be a loser. You're going to be another loser. It doesn't matter what you do. It's your destiny to be like the rest of us. You're going to be like your father. You're going to bring a kid into this world, and you're not going to be able to take care of him. You're going to be a nobody. You're going to be a loser and a failure, and you're going to be miserable all your life." When I was in the 6th grade, my principal called me to the office to tell me, "Hey, we're going to place you in an alternative school." Why? Because you don't belong here. You don't belong here with other normal students. You have too many problems. Students like you will never be successful. It's what my principal said to me when I was in 6th grade. It was right before I had to move with my aunt. Fast forward, when I was 17 years old, I got treated so badly that I didn't know what to do. And I didn't really have the support of my family because my whole family was against me. I lived with 2 of my cousins and, of course, my aunt. Those were her children. They were on her side because that's their mom. And so there was nothing I could do. There was no one who could help me. I had a couple of teachers from my high school. High school was a little different. High school was when I finally established myself, and teachers and people, they all knew that I wanted to be great, but I had so much to overcome. But they tried to give me as much positive words as they could, but it could only go so far. So sooner or later, I just had to become fearless. I had to stop being afraid of my aunt, what my aunt was going to do, what was going to happen to me. Am I going to be homeless? Am I going to be dead? What's going to happen to me? If I just tell her, "No, I do not want to be treated like this anymore." What will happen? What will happen if I do this? And I did it, man. I just told her, "Listen, I'm not afraid of you. You are treating me like crap. This is unacceptable. I am a human being. I do not deserve this." You know what happened? Got kicked out when I was 17 years old. But despite of all that, I worked through it because I had one thing. I had one thing inside of me all along. And that was just some kind of a voice that told me, "You will be the one." People have doubted me. People have put me down my whole life. Just like when the Eagles were going on their Super Bowl run. People were saying, "Hey, you can't win with Nick Foles. It's not your year. You guys are losers. You guys have never won a Super Bowl. You guys will never be champions." I felt the exact same way. Because that's what everyone was saying to me my whole life. But guess what? I got accepted at Temple University. Temple University has one of the best sports management schools in the nation, which is why I chose to go there, along with it being located in Philadelphia. We all know I love the city of Philly. So guys, I just want you guys to know it's not going to matter what people say to you. It matters how you pick yourself when you get knocked down by those people. It matters that you fight back, because sometimes we have nothing and all we can do is fight. I fought, and that's how I got here. So guys, I just want to show you this stuff real quick. When you first open it up, it says like your journey is just unfolding, and it unfolds into like a map of Philly. It folds into like a map of Philly. I don't know how well you guys are able to see this, but it has a lot of the things on here, stuff on campus, stuff that's pretty close to campus, stuff to do in Philly, place to get cheesesteaks. It talks about the Eagles Stadium. I can actually get tickets to an Eagles game at a discounted price. I can also, I can go to the Temple games for free, but I can probably get Sixers tickets or Eagles tickets for cheap. And I got this little personalized thing in the mail. It says, "Congratulations, James." And then they have like a little thing that they wrote me on the back. Really cool. And then got a couple of other things. This thing is like a checklist. Things I need to do, like make it official, check out the housing, attend orientation, send transcripts and all of that. Academics, tells me about academic student life, stuff that's on the campus. So it's been a journey, and now I get to live my dreams. If I play my cards right, it's very possible that I could land an internship with the Philadelphia Eagles while I'm at Temple, which would be an absolute dream come true. Guys, never give up on your dreams. Go Owls, go Birds. See you next time.